Looking at all my apple trees today, and I just noticed that my pristine apple is starting to push buds, and I can see the flowers are there. Now, flower buds confused me when I first started growing these apples, because I thought that all of these spurs were going to have the flower buds, but not all of them, even though they can, will produce flowers that first year that they start growing. So these are fairly mature spurs, and each one of these I can see has the flower buds, but some of them are kind of small and they're not going to have the flowers, so they're not going to put out any fruit on those limbs. An easy way to tell is basically if I zoom in on here, once they just start opening up, flowers have stems. So this has a little stem. I don't know if you can see that quite well, but this has a stem. It's like the stem of an apple. It's actually where the stem occurs once it forms the fruit. In an open cluster, you're not going to start seeing anything with a stem. It's just going to look like a cluster of leaves. So this is my Galerina tree. On this one, you can see that it sets spurs, but if I open up the cluster, if you get real close in there, if I open up the cluster, you can't see any stems in there. This is just going to produce leaves. Even though technically this is a fruiting structure, this one here is not going to produce any flowers, and it's not going to have any fruit on it this season. Now the funny thing is they might actually fruit later in the season. Sometimes, especially if you prune the limb, it can have a second flush of growth, and that can actually produce flowers in August or even late September. But this one is not going to fruit for me in the spring, where it's going to get pollinated and produce something.